Oregon is going to the Final Four.
The following is a Learfield presentation of the Oregon Sports Network.
And Oregon is going to play in the national championship game.
This is Duck Insider.
We need to get community. We need this thing to be bigger than just our little circle of players and coaches.
Are you kidding me? Touchdown, Oregon.
With 2 seconds on the clock. He hits it!
That's the bigger picture in this thing, allowing the community to celebrate the hard work, blue-collar mentality this group brings to the table.
And the Ducks have won it. The Ducks have won.
We get to struggle together, and we get to have joy together.
The Ducks are Pac-12 champions.
I am so proud right now to be the head coach at Oregon.
Catch me. Touchdown, Oregon.
This is Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Now let's go live to the Country Financial Studio to talk Oregon Duck Athletics.
Good morning! Oh, it's game day eve. Ducks hitting the road for the second time this year. Stanford, 3:30 kickoff. That was nice. Mike Jorgensen's here. Jerry Allen's here. We're going to make some Pac-12 picks. Guys, we are picking at an 89% correct rate right now. Well, Jerry and I are. You're at like 87%.
Am I still one behind?
One behind.
Oh.
Yeah, one behind. So we'll see how it goes.
Only one tough game this
I had a
week.
dream last night I was tied. I don't know why.
What? That's a nightmare.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare.
for you.
Yeah.
For me,
That's great. That's good. Well, coming up this weekend, of course, Oregon volleyball in action tonight, 6 o'clock at Matthew Knight Arena. Huskies. First time for a new group of freshmen to root for the Ducks against the Dogs. That's going to be a fun night. Knight Ureski's going to have the call on KWVA. He's directing the show for us here this morning. We're doing the show early because three of us have a plane to catch down to Stanford with that 3:30 kickoff, 1:30 pregame show coming up. So good luck to Oregon volleyball tonight. Oregon soccer was in action last night, took a tough one against Colorado. And before you know it, guys, there's going to be both teams in action on Sunday. I'm glad that we'll be getting back at a good hour with a 3:30 kickoff. Got some Duck sporting events to watch on Sunday, some pro Ducks in the NFL. Going to be a good weekend. Oregon, Stanford. I'm going to say this again, guys. Nobody has ruined Oregon's fun more in the last 20 years than Stanford. I'm expecting a good game tomorrow, Jerry.
Well, it gets down to, Stanford might have won those games, but Oregon didn't play well enough in those games to win those games. So it kind of comes back to the Ducks, and that is being prepared, being juiced up, bring your own juice because it's not going to be an Autzen crowd, and play emotionally. Play the way you want to play. Forget who, and don't disrespect Stanford, but forget that it's Stanford. Play to your level of execution. Jorgie, that's the key.
And there shouldn't be any problems if that happens. And there might be more Oregon fans there than Stanford fans, frankly. Yeah. I mean, with the Oregon contingent that shows up in the Bay Area, it oftentimes is unbelievable, whether Oregon's in Berkeley against Cal or in Palo Alto with Stanford. And it's just it's one of those ones. It's been an odd place over time, guys, but this is a team and a coaching staff that really hasn't experienced that. They maybe have heard the chirping going on, but hasn't experienced it. So just go down there and play your game, do what you do, just take care of yourselves and focus on you, and I think everything's going to be just fine.
Yeah, I think that if Oregon plays well and plays clean, good things have happened. You know, one note that's come up a couple times this week in both sides, talking with the media actually, it's been that Oregon's gotten out to leads. And in 3 really of the 4 games, the Ducks have gotten out to the lead and they've pulled away from their opposition. The one where that didn't happen was their only road game this year against Texas Tech. And Troy Taylor, head coach for the Cardinal, mentioned that's a key in this game. Got to stay close with them early. So for me, turning that around, I think for the Ducks, if you get going early, Stanford's got to try to play catch-up. I think I like Oregon's chances in this game.
Yeah, I totally agree. If you can get your game going early, then what you do is right away you take them out of the game plan. Their game plan is to do this, this, and this. You jump them early, and this, and this becomes, okay, well, let's try this. Okay, now we're going to have to do this. So you jump out early, Jorgie, take them out of their game.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And from a standpoint of Stanford, the last thing they want to do is get in a horse race. I mean, if Oregon gets out quick and they do score points, there's no doubt about it. Some of the teams in this league sitting at the top, USC, Washington, Oregon, have played, other than Oregon with Texas Tech, have played with big leads all the way through. And it's tough for teams to be playing in that mode when you're not built that way. And I wouldn't say Stanford is built that way. So if you can get out to a quick lead, I think it really puts the pressure on them to press. That's where you get turnovers. That's where mistakes are made. And you can take that lead and even widen it that much more. But again, I know we're going to talk about keys here in a little bit. Just play good, sound defense. I think you can be just fine in this game and continue to do what you're doing offensively. They're in a really good rhythm right now.
The offense has been fun to watch. I mean, I don't know any other way to describe it. It's been crisp, clean, efficient. You guys get these too. I was looking yesterday at some of the advanced stats that the Pac-12 research crew sends out. Oregon on third down. Bo Nix is the best in the conference, completion percentage on third down. Bo Nix has been pressured the least of any quarterback in the conference. Just the way that the offensive line, I'm focusing on them right now. I think the way the offensive line has been in protecting him, setting up makeable third downs, that's why that completion percentage is honestly nearly 80% for Bo Nix on third downs. I think the O-line has been really impressive, and that was a question mark heading into this season.
Well, that was actually my number one question coming in. We knew we had the skill positions in all the areas. The defense, you could kind of tell they were plugging in the right pieces, but it was that almost all-new offensive line. Knew they were going to be good, but how long would it take them to come together, build that chemistry, and understand what they all want to do as one? Jorgie, it was very quick.
We've seen the progress. I think that's the thing about it, is you can really tell the progress that's been being made from a run game standpoint, from a pass and pass protection standpoint, people being on the same page, so you don't see defenders coming just absolutely free and being missed by somebody. And so that rhythm that the offensive line is getting into, as well as Bo Nix and the way that he directs traffic when he comes to the line of scrimmage and helps with checks, getting people in the right position and that type of deal. Just the combination of everything is really coming together well, and I think that's why this offense is performing at such a high level right now.
The run game, I know you talk about this a lot, Jorgie, like you getting ahead of it on first and second down, that sets up third down. To me, the run game's been a big part of that. We've seen Bucky Irving, and now without Noah Whittington, guys, that is, I think, it's something at least to watch in this game for me. How much more do the Ducks use Jordan James? A little preview of the Toyota Coaches Corner. Jerry asked Dan Lanning about if some of the younger running backs are going to be playing. That as part of the 1:30 pregame show tomorrow. I am wondering about that. What does that running back rotation look like?
Yeah, I mean, we've been fortunate to not have to pound Bucky Irving into 25 or 30 carries a game. That's a huge advantage when you have backs right by him or beside him who can carry the load. Well, one of those keys is out now. Jordan James, I think, is one of those guys that can step right in, and you're not going to notice a difference at all. Even the two freshmen, we may see the freshmen play, Jorgie.
Yeah, you could. There's no doubt about it. But we talked about it here just a couple of minutes ago. Getting out to a lead and really playing good offensively early is going to be a key in this game, because then maybe you don't have to give Bucky Irving 30 touches.
Yeah.
20 carries and 10 receptions, and a lot of those receptions are just like glorified sweep plays anyway and run plays. So you keep the ball out of his hands if you take care of business early. But you may have to ride his back a little bit more in this game. Jordan James, no doubt, is going to get the touches because he's just that good and really good in certain situations and a better back than the other two.
Yeah.
But you may have to ride Bucky Irving a little bit more this game until you get a guy like that back.
Defensively, I want to come back to Jorgie. You were talking about keys to the game and how defense has been a real key, guys. I feel like Oregon's secondary against Colorado really showed something. I mean, you can go down the list with Evan Williams, Tysheem Johnson, Kyrie Jackson. The list goes on and on. I think that Oregon's secondary has really taken a step in the first month of this season.
Yeah, I mean, I think the front, the front four, if you will, were pretty solid. We knew that. The back end has probably exceeded what I thought they would be in a hurry, and so that's helped the linebackers. I think the front and the back have complemented each other and make this 11-man defense a whole lot better than it would be. That's why you don't see any one or two guys always at the top of the tackle with double-digit tackles. This is more of a team run-to-the-ball defense that I've seen in a while.
And it's amazing how much better coverage is when the defensive line is putting the pressure that they do on the quarterback.
Yeah,
and it's amazing how much better the rush is when the guys are covering on the back end. And I just think they're complementing each other so well right now. And some groups are becoming more and more confident each and every week. Guys like Jordan Birch that, You really needed to begin to be one of those hammer home guys that not only is playing outside at 290 pounds or whatever he is, but inside. They're moving him inside almost as a defensive tackle, and you put Dorless and him on the end, in the middle. You bring in the young guys like Purchase and Uwe Ungalale and the rest of them. I mean, there's a bunch of them out there. It's amazing the combination that these guys are becoming, but I think the defense is just becoming more and more confident, really sure in themselves at the right time.
Well, and to that point, I mean, Jordan Burch, he's going to be on our pregame show at 1:30 tomorrow. I sat down with him. I mean, when he's playing at that level, just to follow up, like, that makes a huge difference, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely does. And that's not even talking about guys like Popo Amovai or running back,
Stuffers.
No, our running back.
Casey Rogers.
Casey Rogers. Why do I go blank on it?
Well, he's not a running back.
Every
fullback.
time.
Fullback.
I'm always thinking running back, what have you. I mean, you got Casey Rogers to be able to sprinkle in on the defensive line.
I want you to know he's
going
to be so happy that you called him a running back.
Oh, he looked quick.
Yeah, he will hear this. Believe me. Casey, hold on to that ball. Nice work.
RB. But just do the job where you're supposed to do the job. Okay?
That's right. Anyway,
but
sorry.
Again, you start sprinkling in those guys too. I mean, here we are talking about Birch and Dorless and some of the young guys on the outside. Well, what about Amovai? What about Taki Taimani? What about all of a sudden the depth piece of it too, where you're shifting guys in and out? You get 7 or 8 that you're playing along there, and you don't drop off. Last week, even though they didn't have to play as many plays as Colorado's defense did, that's what's going to carry you through the season.
Jerry, you talked about this on Wednesday, too, the ability of those guys to move along the defensive line. I mean, I talk all the time about versatility in the secondary. Like, I think in today's football, you have to have so much versatility, versatile athletes in the secondary. We're seeing that on the D-line now with the way the Ducks and Coach Tuioti and Coach Lupoy are using them.
Yeah, the offensive lineman, when you see JPJ, when he's over the center or an opposing center, pointing out people and talking, they're assignment blocking, okay? They're not zone blocking, they're assignment blocking. You got this guy, you got this guy, you got that guy, everybody good. Then all of a sudden, the edge guys come into the middle, and the middle guys go out, and the offensive line's going, oh, okay, what are we, and then they snap the ball, and that's where that versatility of the defensive line really confuses an offense.
Yeah. What else? Anything?
Huh?
Did I miss anything?
I'm just ready to, I'm going to pick 3 upsets today. I'm not going to tell you which ones.
Upsets is a relative term.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So you're ready to make picks, is what you're telling me.
I'm
all right.
chomping.
And you're not picking Cal, right? Because you said you'd never pick him again.
Yeah, guess we'll find out.
Okay.
Okay.
So if anyone doesn't know what he's talking about, I've gone back and done some math. And
research. You're Greg Moroz.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
You're a Greg Moroz.
Shout out to Greg. Greg, actually, you know what? This is a good opportunity for me. So I always say that things like the communications office, game notes, statistics, research departments, they make schmucks like me sound a heck of a lot smarter than I actually am and like I actually know what I'm talking about. Greg Moroz and the Pac-12 research staff, it is awesome, the stuff that we get from them. I mean, and I love looking at even, like, I was talking about the third down statistics, guys. Like, how about on Bucky Irving? Like, Bucky Irving, all of the running back metrics of yards after contact, all those different things, he's consistently been at the top of all those advanced leaderboards. Like, I don't know. For me, it's fun to look at. I don't know how much you guys look at it.
I look at it. Yeah, I look at it all the time, and he's a great interview. You should get him on Duck Insider.
I think we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Greg, if you're listening, get that
good.
microphone ready.
He's good.
Anyway.
Your Cal story. Okay, we
Cal.
interrupt you.
So I went back and did some research, and there is one team that has been the difference between me winning picks and losing picks.
He's your Beavers.
Yeah, in 2 different seasons. Yeah. For you, it's OSU.
Yeah.
For me, it's
ago.
Cal.
Yeah.
I don't think you have like a demon team yet.
No, I love everybody.
Keys to the game.
I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, keys to the game. 3:30 kickoff, 1:30 pregame show. Mike Jorgensen, Jerry Allen. I'm Joey Mack. Duck Insider presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Going to make some picks. We got a game tonight.
Yeah.
Good one, too.
Looking forward to it.
Picks when we come back. Stick with us. Back to the Country Financial Studio after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by our local branch today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Hey Duck fans, we're all about protecting our home turf here in Eugene. You should do the same for your home with Country Financial Insurance. Most home insurance doesn't account for inflation, but with Country Financial, yours can. If something happens to your home, make sure you can rebuild the same house in the same place. Call a local representative or 866-COUNTRY and get a solid defense for your home. Home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Casualty Insurance Company, or Country Preferred Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Property must meet age and condition requirements, which vary by state.
This is Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here.
I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe, and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Back on Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Joey Mack, Jerry Allen, Mike Jorgensen in the Country Financial Studio. Time for our Sylvan Ridge Winery picks, the very best of the South Willamette Valley Sylvan Ridge Winery. An update on where we sit heading into Week 5, guys. Everyone was perfect last week. Congratulations, Jorgie, you went 5-0. Congratulations, Jerry, you went 5-0. Congratulations, the coin went 2-3. Here's the coin.
Okay.
Jerry's on coin flip duty again. I don't know if you've noticed, Jerry, but I've learned my lesson. See, I'm coachable. My laptop is nowhere to be found on the desk for when Jerry flips the coin.
Oh, thanks for your confidence.
Uh-huh.
Jeez.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You're welcome. I have confidence it would have hit the laptop.
I have earned that, no doubt. I've dropped it enough, so I get it.
Well, but you're the thing is, though, I respect you because you are willing to be the flipper every week to catch it. You're accountable. I feel like you're accountable.
Hey, what do you
flip as good as anybody can?
Yep, you can.
Yep, you can. Yep.
I'm talking the coin.
Uh-huh. So the lights that we have for like the studio lights are actually mounted high, and if you look up, you got some spots. I just did it.
You lose the coin.
Yeah, so good for you. I would like to motion that Jorgie flip the coin this week. All in favor? Aye. You have to say aye. Okay, thank you.
I mean,
yeah. Audio audience.
Okay, but I can look at you while I'm flipping it, right?
Whatever works for you,
Because if I look
buddy.
that way, I'm really going to lose it.
But flip it on this side, though. Don't flip it over there while you look at him.
Whatever works for you.
I'll go like this. Is that okay?
That'll work.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll adjust. I'll adjust.
Yeah, this is going to be good. All right, so where we're at, out of 37 games that we've picked so far in our Pac-12 picks, Jerry and I have picked 33 correct. The coin has picked 18 correct, and Jorgie is one behind us at 32. Jerry is the most recent winner of a given week of picks, so because he and I are tied, you have the right to pick first, sir.
Great. Okay. Good.
I will. Yeah.
Good game too.
Yeah. I will pick second. Jorgie will pick third, followed by the coin. And in the words of Kelly Graves, everyone probably should take the coin. He did say that 2 weeks ago. He said, "Just give me the coin."
And what has the coin been since then?
Let's see.
Not good.
Since then, the coin is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 and actually not that bad. 7 and 8.
Okay.
The coin's 7 and 8.
50%, right?
50%.
Yeah.
That's why I like Coach Graves.
Yep. 50%. Yep. Coach Graves, you're welcome to be a guest picker anytime you want.
Did you just say you think he's halfway good? Is that what you were saying? 50%?
I don't. Yeah, you could take that a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's good.
He's great.
Those of you that are live with us in the I was going to say 11 o'clock hour, but it's like the 11 to 12:30 hour because we're doing the show early due to travel. If you're live in the YouTube comments, Knight, who's directing the show today, he's got the polls ready to go, which means that as we're picking, fans, you get to pick along with us if you're live with us watching the show. right now. So the first game on the docket, guys, is actually tonight, and I'd like to motion that we pick Utah and Oregon State last.
I would go with that.
It's the most intriguing game of the weekend. So, well, no, it's not. It's by committee.
Up to the leader.
No, well, I mean, if he votes, I would go with it. If he says yes,
well, I vote.
You can say what you want.
I vote.
Well, there's two. Well, I guess I should have done that. I just felt like you were the leader. You should be able to decide that.
What would you like to do, Jerry?
I think it should go first. We're playing it tonight. It's my benefit to have them go. But I actually will go along with what the votes. If you guys both think we put it last, I'll go with that.
All in favor? Aye.
Of what?
Putting it
last.
Last. Aye.
Yeah.
Hey,
see you guys later.
All the Quack video crew, feel free to just agree with the ayes. All right, we need.
I want to get out of here.
And Knight's already had to redo the poll 3 times now because he's ready to type
to reorder.
So yeah, it's okay. We're all right. The next game, Pac-12 schedule-wise, 9 a.m. on Fox. Another 9 a.m. kickoff for Colorado. Number 8 USC, 4-0, 2-0 in Pac-12 play. The 3-1 Buffs, who are 0-1 in Pac-12 play after the Ducks beat them last week at Folsom Field in Boulder, Colorado. 53 degrees, mostly sunny at kickoff. Jerry?
Okay, this could be tough.
Is it?
USC. Well, no, I think it's going to be a better game. I think USC goes back home, re-energized by their crowd, realizes their inadequacies, and plays better. But I think USC is just way too much. There's just no doubt. Oh, it'd be you. Yeah, you. I'm sorry, USC all the way.
Yeah, USC.
Okay.
Yeah, I would probably say the same thing. Is Shiloh playing this week? Was that lacerated liver or whatever he had?
Travis Hunter, you mean?
Travis Hunter? No, Travis
Hunter's the one with the lacerated
liver.
liver.
And Shiloh had the kidney.
Okay, that's what I meant. Well, Shiloh, whatever happened to Shiloh last week? Is he playing this week, do you know?
Don't know.
Okay, it doesn't matter. I just wanted to say that. So
Okay.
USC.
Yeah, USC. I agree. Jerry, you mentioned going back home, maybe rejuvenated. I think it's going to be closer than it was at Autzen Stadium. I think that, truthfully, if you look at a lot of the statistics, USC's given up points. There's going to be some shootouts. I mean, if you're going to get USC, I'll say this. If you're going to get USC, I think you're going to get them in a shootout. If it's 42-42, Colorado's got the ball with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, that'd be fun. I don't think it's going to actually be that close, though. I think USC will beat them.
I predict 63-21.
Really?
Yeah.
Worst thing that could have happened to Colorado is that USC had to struggle a little bit last week.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That opened their eyes to okay, we just don't go through the
motions. They will not take their foot off the gas pedal, mostly because I think Colorado's going to score 2 or 3 touchdowns. So then Caleb Williams just stays in that much longer, and I just think it's going to be the same result. So
okay,
right.
Coin.
Let's see if I can catch it.
How
about
my
that?
phone.
Here we go. Good flip.
That's
well
easy.
done.
That would be tails.
Yes.
Tails. That's the road team in USC. Nice flip.
Thanks.
Jerry's got competition.
Can see better.
Got competition.
Jerry
for the
takes
best
the
flipper.
challenge of the lights.
He does.
He does.
I don't know how you do it, honestly. Jerry looks right at him.
I guess.
Do the glasses filter it out?
If you throw it straight up, it should come straight down.
It should. That's right.
So
well,
I'm guessing.
Yeah,
there it went. Where is it? Oh, came right back down.
Well, you're a good flipper.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Say that again.
Noon on Pac-12 Network. Arizona State, 1-3, 0-1 in Pac-12 play, visiting Cal, 2-2, 0-1 in conference action. Berkeley, California, 66 degrees at kickoff. Jerry?
Well, Arizona State found a little bit of something last week, a little confidence, a little bit of game, and playing that well against a USC team. I think they're probably going to play better, but it's at Cal. Cal's not a bad football team. They've had their moments, but at home I think they're a much better football team than on the road. So I think they win easily. They just put it together against a not very good Arizona State team.
Arizona State, man, I think we're going to say this every week. Arizona State is just struggling to stay healthy. They've got a lot going on, and I think Cal is a team that is going to get somebody and probably lose some games that they're not supposed to. Here's what I'll say. Cal's offense has been much more high-powered than it has been in years past. Maybe in some ways for better or worse. They actually run more offensive plays than anybody else in the conference per game heading into this week. I think that Cal's a little bit more of a high-powered offense than they have been in the past. They're still pretty solid defensively. I do think Cal wins the game.
Oh, he said he's never going to pick him again.
Yeah.
Can we go? Hey, Scotty, can we go back eventually and get that recording of last week when he said he's never going to pick him again?
You can flag me all you want. I'll win.
Okay.
Nice throw right off the basketball.
Almost hit me.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
I'm taking Cal. Here goes the coin.
You did not no breakdown, no nothing?
No.
Wow.
Heads. Home
Cal.
team.
That's Cal across the board.
Kenny Dillingham can say the same thing that Deion Sanders said. You better get me now. Because he's going to build a program.
I think he will too.
I think Arizona State's going to become very good.
I think he's going to recruit. I mean, his whole thing has been he's going to recruit the heck out of Phoenix, right? And there's good players.
Yes.
I think Cal. I mean, I do think Cal's better.
Yeah, I do too.
Having said that, I think Washington's that good too.
Agreed.
Yeah,
agreed. 7 o'clock, speaking of the Huskies, on Pac-12 Network, number 7, Washington at Arizona. A little bit of a surprise maybe at 3-1 and 1-0 in conference action. Arizona with a squeaker of a victory last week against Stanford. Jerry?
They should be undefeated the way they played Mississippi State. To say that.
I think you're right.
But, Washington's almost a 3-point favorite. Or three touchdown favorite. So somebody knows something. I mean, Penix is just that good, and he'll stay in the ball game as long as he wants to. Pretty much, he's putting up unbelievable numbers. He's got 3 best receivers as a group, maybe in the Pac-12, maybe in the nation. They're really good, but they haven't shown me that they can effectively, even if they don't need to, run the ball. At some point this year, they're going to have to, but not in this one. They'll just overpower Arizona.
In the end, and it doesn't matter who's playing quarterback for Arizona, I guess. Last week, Jaden DeLora got hurt.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but his backup came in and led Arizona to victory down in Palo Alto. Right. So, if DeLora plays, he is such a wild card. Yeah. I mean, he gave Washington fits in Seattle last year. They had a chance to win that game and didn't in the end. And so if DeLora plays, man, I think it's going to be a back and forth, but Washington just has more firepower and enough quality defensive players to make stops. I'm taking Huskies.
That was fun for me. I didn't pick yet.
No, you didn't.
When he started,
you just kept going.
How come you didn't stop me?
Yeah, that was.
You're not taking Arizona, so.
Here's what I'll say.
Is he going to gamble?
I say this delicately. Please, Duck fans, bear with me. What I'm about to say might frustrate some people. I want Washington to win this game. I also think Washington will win the game, but I want Washington to win this game because I want Oregon and Washington to both be undefeated when they meet in 2 weeks. Because that's just going to be fun in Seattle.
Good thinking.
Washington's going to win. I got Washington.
Yep.
Coin?
Okay. That's good thinking. I like the way you thought about that because I'm going to flip that again. Because I love the way, we wanted Colorado to win, right? Even though they ended up doing with the heads.
Exactly. Heads, home team in
okay.
Arizona. What? One person chose Arizona in the fan poll? Yeah. Oh, well done. Whoever that one person is. Shout out.
Somebody in their coaching staff is watching our show.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah. Hey, take a risk.
Could be. Yeah.
Could be, yeah.
Quick time out. Sylvan Ridge Winery picks. We've got I think one that we might differ on coming up tonight. Top 20 battle. Oregon State, Utah. Jerry?
Coming up.
Are we taking a break?
Sylvan Ridge Winery picks.
Nice try.
Continuing Duck Insider. We're back after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers. Ready for some SUV action? Drive family adventures with the Highlander. Make a splash with the RAV4. Or haul fun with the Sequoia. Check them at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by our local branch today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers. Ready for some SUV action? Drive family adventures with the Highlander. Make a splash with the RAV4. Or haul fun with the Sequoia. Check them at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
You're listening to Duck Insider. Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Joey Mack, Jerry Allen, Mike Jorgensen in the Country Financial Studio. Knight already threw the flag today, so now I've got it.
I'd give it back to him because I think he's going to need it again.
Nope.
Okay, nope. Scotty, you need to make another flag. Okay, there's more than one official on the field.
Yeah. Yeah, but no.
And put a rock in that one.
Yeah, that's right.
But don't throw it at me.
Why was it thrown again?
Because I picked Cal.
Oh.
Never going to pick
wasn't
him again.
That, it's got to be really egregious to throw the flag.
People don't come to watch the refs at a football game, you know? Right, George?
Yeah, you hope, right?
Yeah.
You hope they don't take over the game, of which we've seen a few times this year. So, not always Oregon, but
good. We got more Sylvan Ridge Winery picks. Proud to be Eugene, Oregon's first bonded winery. This is going to be a good one tonight, guys. It's the only matchup this weekend pitting 2 top 25 teams against each other in the conference. Number 10, Utah, 4-0, kind of battled their way to a 4-0 record. Cam Rising still has not played. 1-0 in conference against number 19 Oregon State, 3-1, 0-1 in conference play. Oregon State coming off that tough loss to Washington State. What a game that was, though. Reser Stadium tonight, 64 degrees, rain in the forecast.
Ooh.
Jerry Allen gets first pick.
But Cam Rising has not been named yet as a quarterback, and whether he will play or not is kind of critical, obviously. But because of that, I'm going to defer until maybe I'll find out by the end of the show whether or not he's going to play.
I'm taking Oregon State. I don't think Cam Rising is going to play. I think the Beavers know that this is a game that they've got to win to stay maybe in the top 25, and I think have their goals still in front of them. Oregon State, so I was mentioning before the show, actually, with DJ Uyunglele. He has been under pressure on 45% of his dropbacks this season. We were having a discussion here in the studio, like, does he hold the ball too long? How good is their offensive line? Well, Utah's going to pin some ears back and get after him. That, I think, is the key to the game. I think if Uyunglele can take care of the football, if Oregon State can keep it close, and Utah's won a lot of those close, grinded-out games, not just this year, but historically under Kyle Whittingham, I do think that Utah can win the game in that fashion. But to me, if Oregon State's offense take care of the football, they're at home, I'm taking Oregon State. I think that they are used to playing with their quarterback under pressure, and I think that's going to be the difference. I think they're going to get to him a few times, but if you can limit the turnovers, I think the Beavs are going to win the game. I'm taking the Beavers at home.
Ooh. All good stuff. All good stuff by all means. I mean, the way I feel about it in this game is, I'd love to see Cam Rising play because I'd like to see strength against strength and everybody be able to play. I believe the team that runs the ball better in this game, because Utah's going to have to run the ball successfully to have a chance, and Oregon State does it. They just do it. That's what they do. But depending on whether Cam Rising plays or not is really kind of the way I think the pick goes. So if Cam Rising picks, I'm taking Utah, and if he doesn't, I'm taking Oregon State. What's the coin say? Heads. The coin says heads.
So who are you taking?
So I just threw that out there, and nobody really questioned who I was taking.
I heard what you said, but you said you'll never pick him again.
So
I didn't say that. I just said if Cam Rising plays, I'll take Utah. But if he doesn't, I'm taking the Beavers.
You can't do
that. But you didn't stop me before the coin flip.
Yeah, I did. By the coin flip.
See, that's where you need
nobody stopped me.
Flag on the play.
That's why you got to have the flag.
I don't have to repick. That was.
Hey, in his words, in Jorgie's words, it has to be egregious to throw the flag. Egregious, sir.
Yeah, it was egregious.
Hey, all in favor of him forfeiting the pick because that we've picked out of order.
Oh, wow. You're going to go that far.
Well,
that was we didn't pick out of order. You went, and then I went, and then I flipped a coin.
And then the coin picked.
You didn't win yet.
You didn't win.
But I did pick.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't win yet. Okay.
Oh, that's great.
That was right up there with "It's a very wet rain."
Yeah, well, it was.
Okay, I'll make my pick.
One
Can I
of
make
the
my pick?
best things that's ever happened to me was "It's a very wet rain."
That was one of the best ever.
You're a poet. You're a poet. Oh,
okay,
God.
So you want me to settle on somebody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who are
The
you gonna
Beavers.
pick? Yeah.
I'm taking the Beavers.
Are you really?
Yes, I am.
You'll never pick them again.
I am taking them.
Why?
Because Cam Rising's not going to play, and I think even if Cam Rising plays, I think the Beavers they're better at home. They're going to be good at home. They're going to play cleaner football than they played last week up at Washington State. I think Utah, unfortunately, gets their first loss.
I think it's probably going to be like a 24-21 type of game.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be close.
Physical.
Odds makers have the Beavers favored, but the over-under's 45 in Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's going to be that kind of game. I think it's going to be a grinded out, and that's where, I kind of do give the edge to the home team there.
Yeah. Old school get after each other type of deal.
Yeah.
It feels like the opportunity.
Okay. I think these are two really good teams.
What did the coin do?
The coin was home team.
That's right.
Beavs.
Coin. Okay.
Doesn't matter, though, Jerry.
No,
you're going to take the Beavs because you don't want to have a game where you drop back.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do and why. Utah stops the run.
Yeah.
And Oregon State's pretty good at the run because DJ has been not consistent throwing the ball. So Utah's going to stuff the run, and they're going to say, DJ, you beat us. If you can beat us, okay. But you're not going to run and hold the ball on us.
And their pass defense is pretty good, too.
And their pass defense is pretty good, too. So that I think, the defense is stop the run, make DJ beat you, and I don't think that Utah can Oregon State. It's where's the game? No, I'm going Beavers.
No!
Well, they're at home. They're at home.
I think
Utah's
it's the
struggling.
Take
no,
Utah.
I think it's the right pick.
If I'll tell you what, if Rising was playing, even though he's not going to be sharp when he comes back because he'll be a little rusty, I would pick Utah. All right, I would. But I just think DJ is going to be able to do enough against Utah and win the game.
Boy, I'll bet you Utah gets some turnovers, though. That's the thing. If Utah gets some turnovers in short field, completely different. And they've scored some points. That's the thing about it. First play of the game last week against UCLA, pick 6, difference in the game. I mean, they've had some key takeaways in certain situations. I mean, I'm not changing my choice, but
you can't.
I think yeah. Oh, I can.
But they're not.
They're
not scoring many points though. I mean, 89 on the season.
Yeah, only 14 last week.
Yeah. So I think it'll be easy for the Beavers to outscore.
Best defense in the country. It's going to be a great one to watch.
Yeah, I'm excited for it tonight. Fortunately, we're scheduled to get to the hotel by 5, guys. So not that I've looked around to see where to watch this thing or anything, but it's going to be fun tonight. You know what? It's amazing though. I have a lot of mixed feelings. I think like a lot of people in the NFL about Thursday night football. In college football for a Pac-12 team, I have a lot of mixed feelings, especially when you're not coming off a bye playing on a Friday. Remember when the Pac-12 used to play Thursday games sometimes, coming off not a bye week? Then it was, okay, if you're going to play on Thursdays, you have to be coming off a bye. Well, now they're still doing it on Fridays. I don't know about you guys. I have mixed feelings about that for scheduling, and the Ducks are going to do it at the end of the year against the Beavers. So the Beavers are playing 2 Friday night games this year at least. I have mixed feelings about it, but here's what I'll say. From a pure Pac-12 entertainment standpoint, listen to this schedule. You get the marquee game on Friday night. I understand, and I know you have feelings about this too, both of you, I think, that you're competing with high school football, which I think kind of sucks, right? I don't like that.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
I don't like that at all, especially State of Oregon. Like, all the high school games tonight. Well, a lot of people are going to be watching this Beaver-Utah game. Well, but here's how the Pac-12 schedule goes for you. 9 a.m., noon, 3:30, 7. If you're a Pac-12 fan, you've got a game to watch.
Perfect.
One game each window all day on Saturday, and you get a marquee matchup on a Friday. That is fun for football fans. It's fun for me.
Yeah.
I think you need to get used to it because that's what's going to happen when Oregon goes to the Big Ten. I mean,
Right.
I think there's going to, and the rest of the Pac-12 schools that are going to the Big Ten, there's going to be a lot of Friday night games, I believe.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. Just because you got the primetime window, and that's the best way for those networks to really take advantage of that window with some of those matchups. So I think there's going to be more.
I'm the old guy here, and I kind of go back to my days when sports was pretty defined, and I love sport, and I'll watch it all the time. I'll watch the Thursday game, I'll watch the Friday game, watch Monday Night Football, but I kind of appreciated that high school did have its stage.
I agree.
On Friday night, and Friday Night Lights and families and communities lived for that Friday night. Then college football sneaks in there. NFL goes to Thursday night. Monday Night Football, you've got some games on Sunday now. And so what used to be a pretty fun family, week is chopped up into, well, if you're a sports fan, you got to watch Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And a lot of the things we used to do as families are gone. They're just not that way. I noticed that. I think a lot of younger people don't notice it as much because they didn't have it. But it was fun to have 3 or 4 or 5 days in a row when you weren't focused on or had to go to or watch a game because you might miss something.
No, I hear you. Yeah, no. I
don't disagree either.
Yeah,
I mean,
I hear you.
Money is beginning to dictate
No,
things.
it is what it is. I understand.
Glad we got to experience
Yeah.
and not have to worry about it.
I still watch SportsCenter until at least the second replay every night. So, some things don't change. You don't miss stuff when you do that, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Record it.
That's right. Mike Jorgensen, Jerry Allen, Joey Mack. Sylvan Ridge Winery picks. Everybody is consistent. Taking the Beavs tonight. Washington, Cal, USC on Saturday. We'll have picked 41 games after this weekend, and we are still going to be in the exact same spots with 2 of us tied for first and 1 just a game behind.
Ooh, it's going to come down
It's a
to
good
the very
year.
end, isn't it?
It's a good year. Sacramento State. If Sacramento State ends up being the reason Jerry wins, and if Auburn Cal ends up being the reason, God. Sylvan Ridge Winery.
You had
representing the
every
very best.
opportunity to pick Sacramento State, and you blew it.
And you didn't.
There you go. You didn't pick them.
And neither did I.
Yeah. Did the coin?
I don't know. Regardless,
Was
he
I
did, and that's why he's in the lead.
The coin did! God.
There you go.
What a gutsy
Where's
pick.
that coin?
Gosh.
It's me and the coin, buddies, right here.
It was a
Yeah.
gutsy pick. That's why you are in the lead, because you took a chance, and that was a gutsy pick.
Yeah,
So I'll give you credit for that.
Yep.
That's right. Good stuff. All right, Sylvan Ridge Winery picks. When we come back, a couple interviews from the week. Jamal Hill, Hashim Johnson. We'll sneak a few of those in because, well, we didn't get to them earlier this week. Then we're headed to the airport soon. Keep it here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers. Ready for some SUV action? Drive family adventures with the Highlander. Make a splash with the RAV4. Or haul fun with a Sequoia. Check them at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey Duck fans, we're all about protecting our home turf here in Eugene. You should do the same for your home with Country Financial Insurance. Most home insurance doesn't account for inflation, but with Country Financial, yours can. If something happens to your home, make sure you can rebuild the same house in the same place. Call a local representative or 866-COUNTRY and get a solid defense for your home. Home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Casualty Insurance Company, or Country Preferred Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Property must meet age and condition requirements, which vary by state.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers. Ready for some SUV action? Drive family adventures with the Highlander. Make a splash with the RAV4. Or haul fun with a Sequoia. Check them at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
This is Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hey, son, how are you feeling?
I'm fine, Pops.
What's on your mind?
I can't explain it. Navigating without a compass, eyes waiting, started to wonder. Metamorphosis, loss of who you thought you was.
When your kid can't find the language, help them find the lyrics. Listen to the Sound It Out album and get tips and tools to start a conversation at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
We're back on Duck Insider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Joey Mack here with you on a Friday in the Country Financial Studio. Jamal Hill earlier this week, guy who's moved into the box, has been playing a lot. Let's hear a little bit from him. Talking with the media this week, Jamal Hill previewing tomorrow's 3:30 kickoff against Stanford.
Those sacks are a long time coming. What the first one feel like to check that box?
Felt good. A lot of preparation went into it. It wasn't just me. Like, a lot of other people had to do their jobs in order for it to happen. So I'm grateful for my D-line, my secondary for disguising, giving the quarterback like a funky look, making them pat the ball. So it's not just me, it's a lot of moving parts that contributed to it. So I'm grateful.
On the one where Mace gets called, how hard is it as a player to actually pull up there? Because it sounds like the whistle blows, but when you're committed to doing something, it's like, how hard is that to actually try to pull up in that spot?
I mean, it's hard, but, Mace, he's a veteran player. Like, he can do it. Like, it was just a heat-of-the-moment thing. Like, he won't make that mistake again.
Third down defense is better than it was last year. Sacks are up. Where's this improvement come from? Is it just year two, more understanding of the system?
That's definitely a part of it that contributes to it. And I'm going to just shout one of my coaches out, Brian Michalowski, man. That man's a third down guru, and he gave us a lot of new pressures and stuff like that, and they hitting. So, and also the D-line and stuff like that, it's a lot of moving parts that go into it, but yeah, I feel like, yeah.
Another improvement question, where have you felt like the linebacking room has improved since last year?
I don't know. I feel like this is just a brand new group. We got our own little style of play, and we just kind of feed off each other in that room. So
yeah. You mentioned Brian. Is that who you work with most on a day-to-day basis, or what does that look like at this point?
Yeah, B-Mike, my guy. He kind of took me in, knowing I was gonna be new to the linebacker room, kind of just teaching me the ins and outs. Him and Tosh. So yeah.
Just the nuances. How did that help? What in particular, especially when you made the switch?
I mean, just linebacker IQ, learning the stuff about the box. I feel like I could do it from a physicality standpoint, but it was a lot of mental stuff that I didn't know. And he he took his time with me, all the extra meeting times. It was some nights we didn't leave here till 10 o'clock, just watching film. And he didn't have to make those sacrifices, but he did. So I appreciate him for that.
What have you seen from Kyrie just in the secondary? As someone who was in the secondary, just how impressive has he been the last 2 games?
Kyrie, my dog, man. It got to be in you. He got it. He got that in him. Some stuff you can't really coach. He got that super competitive edge. He's an emotional player, and he know how to use it to his strength.
When did you first see him kind of bring that out?
First day he got here. I don't remember what it was. We had a team event. We was playing basketball. Me and him out there sweating. He was trying to win just as bad as I was, and I thought I know I'm a competitor, but you feel me? He really wanted to win that basketball game, so he showed me a lot there.
How much did you want that INT, not just in general, but you're trying to do a lot of things in your 1 year as a backer. To show you're a pass rusher, to show you can cover, to show you can tackle for loss, to show you can cover the tackle and spit. To be able to show that, what will that feel like to do finally?
I guess I forgot how to catch, but that's a play I make 9 times out of 10. That was just the one time I didn't make it. He kind of just made me sick thinking about it.
It's a hard play, man. I mean, we're diving out of bounds.
Bucky. But yeah, it's a play I gotta make, because we're gonna play in games where that one turnover can be the difference. So gotta make that play.
One of the guys who's faced Jurasik before. What's a challenge about him at tight end? Just what makes him unique to where he's?
Oh, one more time.
You've played. You're one of the few guys who's played their tight end, Jurasek.
Oh, 84.
Yeah. What is it about him that's unique among tight ends? He's a challenge that way.
They use him in a lot of. Well, he the heartbeat of their offense. Like, it's not a lot of offenses you're gonna play where like the tight end is like the heartbeat of the offense. They're gonna find as many ways as they can to get him the ball. He's a pretty good route runner, great hands. Like, he's gonna be a matchup nightmare for teams that don't prepare well for him. So, we looking forward to the challenge.
You've talked about the challenge of being in the box and offensive linemen, etc. Like, we've seen Grizz out there moving a lot in space and pulling a lot. In practice, how much have you had to take him on, and just what is that like when you see a 6'5", 340-pound man pulling in space?
It show you whether you're a man or not, honestly. Like, you got to take your lick sometimes, and, just got to trust your technique. That's all I can say.
There was a third down play against Colorado where Jordan Birch lined up basically in like the Mike linebacker spot and then steamrolled a running back. Like, when you hear that play call, when you see him line up in that position, no, he's just running straight as far as he can. Just what does that provide to your defense? What was that play like specifically to see him run into a guy?
Sure, I'm glad I don't play running back. Sure. It's fun. Like, I feel like our defense give a lot of different looks. We could put guys in a lot of different positions to make plays. And our coaches do a great job putting guys in position that they get the matchup that they really want to make plays. So, shout out to our coaches. Shout out Birch, too.
When Justin is able to finally go, what is that going to mean to this linebacker room and this defense?
We miss him. Like, we seen him practice all spring, like everything, until he got hurt. So, like, we know what he's going to bring to our defense. And I'm excited for the world to see, like what he has to offer, because he's a special player, like really, really, really special. So, like, I feel like our defense is like really good now, but like when he come back, like he gonna give us like that extra boost to get to like from good to great, honestly.
What does that look like for him right now? Just said from a leadership standpoint, obviously a veteran guy, is he just sort of there like doing whatever he can off the field for you guys?
He's still vocal in our meeting rooms, like very vocal. Like, he helped me more times than not, just because he's been playing the position for a long time, like just reading keys and stuff like that. And he played in the Big Ten, where it's like a lot more like different run schemes than probably in the Pac-12. But when those run schemes do come up, like, he give me like little nuggets, like, hey, just look at the tackle, or read this, read that, and it'll help you play faster. Like, I remember in the spring, it was a play, like, it was like a sweep play, and I had got it like the day before, and I kind of like messed it up, and then I seen him do it, and like the way he hit it, and like he got vertical, like, it made me better, because like when I got the play, I just did it exactly how he did it and made the play. So, I appreciate him.
I thought that was really cool to hear from Jamal Hill. You get a peek into the inner workings of a meeting room like that when things are being learned, right? Like, it's always constant for those guys, especially for someone like Jamal Hill that's moved up to the linebacker position and has really helped the Ducks in that regard. When we come back, Hashim Johnson, who's played really well for the Ducks, particularly last week. He's been a great addition to Oregon's team. Hashim Johnson to wrap up the show when we come back on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
As a local community credit union founded by teachers, OnPoint is committed to supporting the students and faculty at the University of Oregon. And on game day, we're right there with you, on the field, in the bleachers, and in the classrooms. Drop by your local branch today and discover the many ways OnPoint can help support your financial well-being. OnPoint Community Credit Union. People are the point. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
At Shadow Hills Country Club, we're more than just an award-winning golf course and practice facility. Our events team offers all-inclusive event pricing that allows us to take care of all the details while you enjoy your event. Our indoor and outdoor venues offer you a wide variety of fully staffed options that put the focus on you. From weddings to business and social events, at Shadow Hills Country Club Events Center, you get the benefits of a resort atmosphere and amenities in a peaceful country setting, just minutes from downtown Eugene. Call for a tour today or visit shadowhillsevents.com.
More Duck Insider coming up on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Back on Nugget Cider, presented by OnPoint Community Credit Union. Joey Mack in the Country Financial Studio. Well, won't get to all of it, so you can watch the rest on the Go Ducks YouTube channel. But Hashim Johnson met with the media this week, and still getting to know him a little bit, but man, he's been a great contributor in Oregon's secondary. He's made some big-time plays for the Ducks. Probably going to continue to make some big-time plays. Hear a little bit from Hashim Johnson to finish up the week.
4 games in now. How do you feel like the secondary has improved from game 1 to this pass against Colorado?
I feel like we improved a lot. Still got a lot to clean up. Always room for improvement, but I feel like it's definitely been a jump from week 1 to week 4.
What have you seen from Kyrie? Just you performed really well against Colorado. But just how often have you seen him do something like that in practice, or just what did you think of him?
Kyrie is a straight dog. I hang with him a lot. I mean, we hang together. I see it at practice all the time. So when I seen it, I was just happy for him because I already seen it in practice. So kind of ain't even shocked me.
This week's matchup is tight end 84. What do you see from him? What makes him, like, it's rare to see a team where the tight end leads the team in receiving.
Yeah, it's definitely rare. He right now he's probably the best offensive weapon, so we definitely got to come prepared to guard him and limit him in the passing game and things of that not, and we'll be all right.
Talking to Coach Lanning, he talked about what Jalen Hurts said about 1A and 1B. I'm not sure if you heard that, but just being able to get the win, but also play up to your standard. I'm looking at this week for the secondary. What is that standard? Is it shutting out Stanford? Is it just depend play to play? You guys holding each other accountable. What does that look like, do you think?
Yeah, our standard, no explosives, don't give them no deep shots. If you limit explosive, you use like a minimum what a team can do. So that's our goal, and that's what we're going to definitely try to do this week.
I love when the guys in the background are just like, Hashim. Happens every interview. I think it is going to be a big key to slow down Jurasik. That's who Stanford's big tight end is. We'll see how it goes. 3:30 kickoff. Headed to the airport now. 1:30 pregame show. Good luck to volleyball here at home this weekend as well. See you Monday.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veteran